So here we go then, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Tractor Girls Talk podcast here on Kings of Anglia. I'm your host as ever, Ross, and I'm joined by my co-host and Town Women skipper, Blue Wilson, and special guest, Town midfielder, Eloise King. EK, it's a pleasure to have you both on the podcast, of course, proudly sponsored by John Fowler Solicitors. Big up Michael Kennedy, as always, for his support. Blue, always a pleasure. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, thanks, Ross. It's been a bit of a strange week. I know that I've sort of teased you with a story that happened tomorrow, but I haven't let you know the full story. But yeah, other than that, all good.
That's good. And EK, it's always a pleasure. It's been a while since you've been on, but how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, it's been a strange week, football-wise, but we go again. So, yeah, all good.
Yeah, that is the motto. We go again because, yeah, we are going to have a proper debrief of the defeat against hashtag, picking the bones out of that disappointing afternoon. But before we get into that, Blue, story time with yourself. It sounds very interesting. Take it away.
So it is kind of football related because I was on my way into training. So on a Tuesday, I spend half the day in Norfolk because my office is in Norfolk and in a little town called Holt. So it takes me about 2 hours to get into training. So I'm driving along, I'm running a bit late because Joe's like, I've got a meeting at 20 to 4. And I'm like, that's going to be a struggle. So I'm driving along, I'm about 20 minutes away from training on these little country roads. And I just smash into this curb. Like, I hit quite a few curbs while I'm driving, but this one was next level. Anyway, I'm 20 minutes away. Something doesn't feel right. Get to training, I'm a bit late, but it's okay. I have a look at my car and the wheel is just flat with this massive dent. And my knowledge of cars is pretty poor. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. I send a picture to my mum. I'm like, what do I do with this? I didn't even realise I had a spare tyre in the back of my car. That's the level of knowledge. So anyway, going to the meeting, I'm like, I'll sort this out later. Luckily, Sarah Quantrill and Nick, who used to coach the goalkeepers, saved the day and put a spare wheel on. And yeah, I lived to tell the tale. But that was, yeah, I mean, Nick said, he was like, I haven't seen a dent this big into the tyre. What have you done? I was like, just brushed a curb.
It was in the way. It's in the way.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair, I have no idea how to change a tyre. I can't drive at the moment, so EK, can you change a tyre? Like, what's your skills like if you crash? Like, not crash, but break down. Not crash, break down.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'd have to ring my parents, but I did see the wheel and I thought I was a bad driver, but you're on next level.
I'm actually a good driver. I keep saying to people, I'm a good driver. It's just this one curb. Had something against me.
Where is that one curve? It's like the curve hits you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Not my fault,
think
really, is it?
That is the worst. That is the worst scenario, though, isn't it? Like, breaking down somewhere like in the middle of nowhere as well. And if you have no signal, of course, a lot of phones nowadays are pretty good with signal, but that must be the worst case scenario. But good story time, Blue. And big up Sarah and Nick for sorting you out with the tyre and everything. All right, enough of that. Good story, but we've got to get right into it, haven't we? Disappointing afternoon in Essex. Hashtag United 2-0 defeat in the 4-0 Cup. First round, out again. I'll let you start, Blue. EK, I'll get to you in a minute. I'm sure you've got a lot to say as well because you're playing the game at Blue. On touchline, going into this game, league below. Yeah, take it away before we get into the nuts and bolts of it.
I think going into it, although they are in the league below, they're top, and I think we've played them before, and they're a decent team. But going into it, we're sort of in the known that we are striving to be the best, and we need to beat these. And then obviously, as the game happened, we were nowhere near it, and I think hashtag definitely deserved the win. We just weren't. For whatever reason, we were not on it at all. Not enough energy from players. Just didn't have the solutions at all. And hashtag set up really well. Hard to break down. And yeah, we really struggled to play football.
Yeah. Of course, the weather wasn't great in the first half, but of course, I thought that helped us in terms of, on that surface, you like a bit of rain. But EK, reflections on the game you played in, disappointing day at the office. How would you reflect?
Yeah, like Blue said, I think it's quite difficult to dissect. I'm not sure there was one reason. I think there's probably multiple reasons, leading up to the game. But yeah, very disappointing for us. It was, by no means a game that we were just gonna, think we'd turn up and win. Whether the weather had a part to play, I'm not sure. I think we're still trying to figure out reasons why, we did come away on the losing side. I'm sure we will get to the bottom of it, but yeah, just a very disappointing result for us, really.
Yeah, Blue. I don't want to say it, but I've got to say it. We're sloppy. Second best every ball. Let's talk about the hashtag goals. The first one, deflection. Sarah couldn't do much about it really, but just one of those goals. We try not to concede too often.
Yeah, one of those which it happens, but it's happened as a result of us not being good enough in other areas. So although you might look at it and think, deflection, they're always unlucky, but it might be that the midfield hasn't done their job, or the defenders haven't got close enough, or we've given the ball away in a sloppy area, or we haven't been clean enough. I think probably all of those factors led up to give them a higher chance of scoring. Like you said, sloppy in possession. I think everyone's aware of it, but it's just how we reflect and then change now. And I know players do that in different ways, and as a team we have to do that collectively to make sure that it has to improve. I was watching that game, and I'm part of the squad. Watching that game was horrible. Big up to the fans who came and stayed. But yeah, we are striving to be better than that for sure.
Yeah, credit to hashtag, as we said before. They made it difficult, and they're good value for the win. They deserved the win overall. And EK, we just didn't cause them enough problems, did we? And you played the game. We just didn't create enough chances, did we? It was just one of those afternoons where I don't know, just nothing was clicking, unfortunately.
Yeah, like you said, I'm hoping it's just one of those games that you get where nothing's really clicking. You're playing passes and they're going off the pitch, they're loose. But yeah, like I said, we are really trying to reflect on, what caused that and how we can be better for the next game. Because obviously we've got Luton coming up, and by no means, we're going to go into that thinking, an easy win for us, because clearly it won't be. So yeah, we've just got a lot of reflecting to do, and hopefully this week we can, put something in place that will give us the best opportunity to win the game on Sunday.
Yeah, because response is needed now, and we have lost this season, which of course was a big new thing for us. At the start of the season, the first 2 defeats. But Blue, what was it before we get into their second goal? Because of course it was from a penalty. At half time in the dressing room. Of course, you're thinking, well, 1-0 down against a league below, but they are top of their league. But we're not playing well. What was needed in that second half really to just win the game?
I think from what I heard, and EK will probably say it better, but Joe was trying to implement solutions from the pictures that he'd seen and ways that we can play around how they were setting up. But I think probably our execution and understanding of that and the sort of real basics to receive and pass the ball effectively, consistently, meant that we weren't able to do that in the second half at all. I don't know if you want to add anything to that, EK.
Yeah, I think you're right in terms of, we've got a real style of play that we're trying to implement on the pitch, and we work on so many times throughout the week, that Joe's come up with. And I think, like you said, we're trying to learn the understanding of it, and the belief within the team and within what he's trying to put in place, which I think we are at a strong point, and I think we do understand it well, but it's then implementing it not just in training but into a game, which is really important.
Yeah, I think the good thing is we're able to bounce back hopefully straight away, because we've had a few breaks recently. Like, how has that been? EK, it's nice to sometimes have a break, have a weekend if you've had back-to-back games and stuff, but for me it's been very stop-start, haven't it? Because we've had 1 week, we had a game on Sunday, then there was another break. So how's that been?
Yeah, potentially that's had a part to play because we were doing quite well leading up to this game. So yeah, like you said, potentially could have had a part to play, but we should by now be in a good position where whether we are stop starting or not, we should still be able to perform at a high level.
And Blue, like, it's gonna be a big week in training. We're going to need to fix this problem sharpish, really. Luckily, this was a cup game. The formal cup is an opportunity. It's an opportunity just for have a good run in that. Of course, the FA Cup is where it's at for Ipswich Town. We do like to have good runs in that, but the formal cup is an opportunity to maybe get to a final and lift a bit of silverware for the football club. We're out of that competition, unfortunately, again. But we're going to have to really work hard and train this week.
Definitely, and I think it stems from attitude and wanting to play well and doing everything you can. I want to see a bit more on the pitch of that attitude of doing whatever you can. So even if maybe you're not having a good game in terms of your touch isn't quite there, we shouldn't be lower than the other team in terms of wanting to win the game. I don't think that's okay at this club.
Yeah, and EK, I know Joe had you guys in the dressing room for a while. I think your mum came out at one stage like, "Where's EK?" She's waiting for you. Of course, you can't really say what was said in there, but I'm sure that's the first time we've had that where we've everyone's looking at themselves, looking at that performance, and go, "No, this is not good."
Yeah, it was a strange scenario because, like you said, we're not really used to that. But I think it's important that Joe and the rest of the coaching staff do reflect with us. Because it is so important not for us to just go away and forget about it. We have to reflect there and then. Obviously, we will reflect within the week as well. And Charlie, from his experiences, spoke a bit, which is obviously very useful for us. But yeah, it is important that we do really reflect and take on board what the coaches are saying.
Definitely, and I want to give a shout out to Aveley FC, by the way. Nice little setup there. Not too bad. What was the dressing room? I didn't go into the dressing room. Is that were they okay?
Yeah, they were nice. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it was decent setup.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I didn't have any of the food because there's been some listeners have been saying, where's the away day food review, Ross? But one of the fans actually gave me a chip. I had a chip, standard chip, pretty much. But yes, I can't really review that. Just you can get chips anywhere. So, but it looks like it was just a nice little setup, a nice little bar. And there was good thing as well for me in the first half. I was able to hide underneath one of the standing terraces when it was raining because I didn't want to be in the elements. And I'm sure EK. What's that like as a player when it is? That was really bad conditions in the first half, like rain going down. As I said, it's good for the surface a little bit, because it whipped balls in and stuff. But with the rain going down as it was, I'm sure that was a bit of an effect, a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little bit to a certain extent in terms of sometimes when it's raining so much you can't properly see, further than 10 metres. So it does have a little bit to play, and especially when someone's firing the ball at you, you're thinking, where's it going to skid next? But yeah, it is quite difficult to be fair.
Definitely. And Blue, any other business, or shall we just put it down here and move on?
I think we move on knowing that it's not good enough. I think we move on.
Yes, indeed. Disappointing afternoon. But let's lighten the mood with 10 questions with the feature that gets everyone's debating on different things. And I'm sorry to say the first question, EK, is going a bit deep once again. I'm sorry. It was going to lift the mood, but I've gone deep early on. I'm reordering these questions every week, but I thought I want to get deep just to start off, and then we can have some more fun. But now, what has been the one thing you've had to overcome in football so far? Hopefully not many other things to overcome, but yeah.
I think probably just general disappointment in terms of team selection. I think that's something that I've had to overcome, in the last couple of years, which I think has probably helped me as a player, and has helped me, become more mature, etc. And I'm sure most people will have to deal with them things in football, but I'm just glad that I've had to, deal with them when I'm young, because I think it's set me up quite nicely for, what lies ahead, and it will allow me to react and, deal with it if it happens again. I know how to, like I said, deal with it. So, yeah, I'd probably say that.
Good answer. That is probably the best answer we've had so far on 10 questions with, until, of course, the second question. Going to be another good answer, I'm sure. Blue, take it away.
Second one, less deep. What is your ideal meal?
My ideal meal. So if I'm going start, main, dessert, I'm going chili squid. I love chili
Oh,
squid.
yes.
The little sauce. I'm not actually sure what it is, but I like it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Then I am a bit boring. I just love a roast dinner. But I'm going roast beef though. Can't beat roast beef.
Yeah.
And then dessert, I'm probably saying a nice Victoria sponge cake. Do like a nice cake. Very nice.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Now, I'm asking, this is another deep question. I'm bringing Kieran Stanley. I'm sure he's listening. He doesn't have gravy on his roast dinners, which is just criminal. You having gravy? You're having gravy, aren't you?
100%. 100%. Loads of gravy. Yeah. I don't like it dry. Not very nice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's dry, Kieran. It's dry, but then I don't know. He said it ruins it in some sort of way. Like Blue, you have gravy, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course. I can't even begin to understand Kieran's logic behind that, but
no.
Yeah, but no, that is a solid, starter, main, dessert. I like that, and a bit of squid. I don't mind that. I've had octopus before. Octopus is pretty nice. Try that. Honestly, try that. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same, though, no? I thought that was just that was just it.
True. Yeah,
have
true.
Have you ever had it when you can see the tentacles, like you can see it? Something. No. Okay.
Want it dead? Just it needs to be dead. No.
It still has tentacles when it's dead, Ross.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Deep fried is the only way.
Yeah, I always feel bad for if you go to a fish restaurant and you do see crab or whatever, they're still alive, and you just see the chef take it out, and
that's not the one.
No, I'd rather not see that. I just put it on my plate when it's been cooked and everything. Yeah, but there, and it sort of segues nicely into the third question somewhat. Dream holiday, EK, or what has been some other holidays you've been on that you've enjoyed?
Rhodes was brilliant, wasn't it, Blue?
Yeah, we had a team holiday to Rhodes, which I'm sure I've mentioned. Yeah. So that was an interesting holiday.
No, that was brilliant. Dream holiday. So most people would say like the Maldives. Obviously, I would love to go there, but I think if I'm going to switch it up, I think I'd like to go in like a cabin with like a hot tub outside somewhere cold, like at Christmas time. I don't know. I just see a lot of photos on Twitter of just nice places that you can go in the winter, and I'm just like, do you know what? I think that would be a nice little getaway, a winter getaway.
Yeah. Why not? That's a good answer again, EK. I like to see the Northern Lights ones. That's an Iceland.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
definitely. That'll be good. Yeah. Blue, next one.
What other sports do you enjoy?
I like boxing. I think last season, in pre-season, I did a lot of boxing because I got little mitts and a punching bag at home. So I spent a lot of time, off my feet, because obviously in parts of pre-season it's best to, stay off your feet. So I spent a lot of time punching the bag, and that was quite fun, and I quite enjoy that. So yeah, boxing.
I think, of course, Bonnie's a keen boxer, isn't she? I was about to ask, like, who would be in the whole squad, who would be like the toughest in terms of who'd be able to go how many rounds in the boxing ring. I think Bonnie will probably be top.
Yeah.
Anybody else, do you reckon?
Lucy Egan.
Yeah.
Lucy, to be fair. So, Lucy. Definitely Lucy.
Yeah, I think probably we're more lovers than fighters in the camp. Probably, I don't think we're I don't think we're too aggressive. I think we like to keep the peace. But if we do need to bring up some things, I'm sure we will be. But yeah, good old boxing, good sport, and of course, big shout out to Fabio Wardley, of course, fighting for the British fight soon. Next question, EK, is, let me get it up. I've completely got rid of it. On Blue, I've ruined this nice flow of the 10 question weird, but I bring me up. Well, it's about superpowers, EK. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I think it would be probably to switch off my emotion at any time. And I think that can relate to football as well, in terms of sometimes when we're on the pitch, I think we've struggled. I don't know whether it's because we're a young team, but we've struggled to really, not get too drawn in with all the emotion, especially when we're playing an experienced side. So I think that would be very useful for us, like I said, as a young side, to be able to do that.
Wow, Blue.
Very
You've
interesting.
gone deep again, and
Yeah. Great answers.
Yeah. Oh. Now the next question is the easy one, really, for everyone.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Favorite colour?
Blue, definitely.
Yes. Come on.
I do like pink, but I'm going with blue. Of course I am.
Yeah. Blue heart and everything.
Yeah,
that sort of stuff.
Bleeds blue.
Bleeds blue. That's the one. What is that? What your heart's blue? Doesn't
I mean,
make sense. You bleed blue. Same thing, but it's you bleed blue, like you bleed the colour of the team you support and all that sort of stuff. But yeah. Question 7 is, what's on your bucket list of things you want to achieve? Once again, this can not just be football, this can be just life in general. I went a bit deep last week about saying mortgage, kids, blah, 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 marriage and all that. But yeah.
See, everything on my bucket list is literally just football related. Obviously, to take Ipswich to the WSL is top of my list. And I think, that's probably the most important thing right now with my vision I'm thinking of. Hopefully Blue, yours is along the same kind of line.
I was thinking skydiving, but yeah, I can go along with that.
Oh, there we go. We don't think the same, do we?
Or what I'm sure one thing you've ticked off your bucket list is, of course, scoring against Norwich. But of course, you scored a hat trick against Norwich at Norwich. Of course, I think behind you is that picture of you celebrating with everybody. Yeah, right there. If you're watching a video, you'll see behind EK that picture when we won. Was it 10-0? Yeah, right. I am. Little fun fact, if you don't know, I missed the first 3 goals of that game because I wasn't there because I was late. But I got the key picture for the 3rd goal. So I think just got myself back there. So good answer again. Blue.
What is the one item you can't live without?
Probably my sliders, I literally take them everywhere. Like if I go out Tesco's, I put my sliders on. I go to football, take my sliders. Go to the airport, I'm in my sliders. They're just, they're just
so easy. Yeah,
always there, aren't they? And they're just comfortable. So I think, I would struggle to live without them. I think,
Practical. Once again, practical. You've got to be practical with one item.
Exactly.
Blue, you went car. I went moisturiser. Practical stuff that you use day to day. Are you wearing your sliders right now, EK?
No, because I'm in the house. But
okay.
If I go out, I'll be wearing my sliders.
Fair play. Like it. Okay, then. Question 9. Before the big question, of course, Blue. And we had a bit of a debate on Sunday about this, didn't we? Because we're like thinking, I don't know, this question now, it's sort of... Yeah, but we can get into it in a minute. But this question is a new question on 10 Questions and With. And now, it's the moment you've all been waiting for you, EK. Hollywood is on the phone. And they want to make a movie about your life. Now, which actress is playing you?
Do you know what? I'm going to go with an actor. I'm going to say Will Ferrell. Because I think he's just wild, crazy. And I think he's got a big heart. So, I'd like him to play me. I think he'd do a good job.
I like it. Who's playing your mum and dad?
God knows.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a couple, an actor and actress couple. We're getting too deep into this. Blue, who's playing you? We'll cross this over to you now.
I have a love for Jodie Comer, so Jodie Comer. Although I'm not a psychopath, just to let everyone know, I'm not a psychopath. She's a great actress. She's a
band. I don't know who that is.
You don't know? Oh, Killing Eve. Ross, have you?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm terrible. Honestly, on terrible names with faces. I'm like, I know who that is. I know that. I know what they've been in, but names. I know Will Ferrell, of course. I'm not. Not living, under a rock or anything. I know things. But nice little new feature here. Actress, actor, all that sort of stuff. Now, final question, Blue. Take it away. But we also had a bit of a discussion on this, didn't we? Because I wouldn't say the question is sort of pointless, but it is in a way, because some people are now answering it a bit differently. They're not going to the point, but take it away.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I'm going to say yes, but there's a reason for that, because I know it's not an easy question, because it wouldn't be my go-to. Like, I'd never go to, I don't know, the shop and get a pizza with pineapple, and like, I wouldn't never do that. That would be my last option. But I love pizza so much. If it was the last one there, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take it.
This is why this question's become pointless now.
No. It's a borderline no.
Yeah. Or maybe because I'm being a sore loser because I'm currently losing. It's only me and Nia Evans currently on the. Everyone else is just going, yeah. But then they also, as you said, you bring in the other question. Also, though, it's because, if it's the last one, I'd go for it. If it's there, I love pizza. I'm going to eat it. So I don't know, Blue. I don't know where we go with this question anymore. Like, EK's joining your team, of course, but if people are now bringing in other things, like, if it's the last one in the freezer,
I'm starving to death and it's there. Yeah. It's a yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let us know, listeners. Let us know. I think it'd be good to question the whole squad on it, but it's now getting to a stage where I'm just like, there's no point even taking part.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But what's your favourite topping, EK? Pineapple's definitely not there, but what else are you putting on?
I like things like ham, like red onion, sweet corn chicken. Yeah, anything really. Just pineapple would be last.
Blue, I'm taking it.
Yeah, it is a no, Ross. You can have it.
Yes. There we go. We'll have a little briefing, me and Blue, on this question going forward. Maybe it can just be an extra question, just to think me. Maybe we have to find that 10th final question, and that can just be the bonus one every week, just so we know who we're dealing with Ipswich Town Women's team and stuff like that. But I understand your logic in terms of if it's the last one, I'm going to take it if I fancy a pizza. But there we go. Any other questions, Blue, to shoot EK over? Is anything else you want to know that you don't know about your teammate?
I don't think so, but I would like to add that Megan Waring did send me a photo of her pizza, which did have pineapple on it the other week. So
yeah,
I was like, very good from you, Megan.
Disappointed you, Megan. You've been fantastic since coming up to the first team. Captain of the under-21s as well, but that's one minus point for you. I'll be having words when I see her.
Yeah, Megan will now have no photos uploaded.
No photos. I'll probably get the best, even if she scores like a late winner and it's an amazing celebration. I'm just gonna Photoshop her out of the picture. I'm joking, Megan. I'm sure that'll be a great moment for all of us. And I want a late winner. We haven't had a late winner for a while, so don't make it happen this weekend, because we are in the FA Cup against Luton. No respect to Luton, of course, but is it 2 divisions below? I think Luton Town.
They are 2 divisions below. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I think they play in the same league as Needham Markets. Of course, we've got a lot of former Town players there, so I don't know if we'll be on the phone to them, on the phone to Nicole, Ellie Rossiter, Paige Wakefield, of course. Going, what's the crack there? What they look like? But let's segue into the Luton game. Back in the FA Cup, of course, always a competition we enjoy playing in. EK last year, I don't think we really spoke much about that last year. So, quickly throw back to last year. What a run that was!
Yeah, it was very good. Obviously, the one that stands out for me is obviously the Southampton. The penalties was just, wow. I think I had every emotion running through my body, standing there on that line. So yeah, that's the one that really sticks out to me, and I'm sure watching was just as emotional.
Yeah, like playing, in front of those massive crowds. Definitely the West Ham game on TV. Once again, you grow up dreaming of playing on TV. Of course, playing for your football, your town, but that must have been great as well, playing in front of so many fans as well.
Yeah, it was, and I obviously thought about playing on TV, and it was just surreal, really. I think when I was actually in the game, I don't think I thought about it that much, but I think I know before the game, I was like, wow, like this is actually quite a big deal. But yeah, like I said, such a surreal moment with so many fans there as well. Yeah, it was a really good experience.
And Blue, before we get into more of the Luton preview, I want to stick with EK to talk about Town, currently the men team as well. They also had an FA Cup game on Monday against Bracknell Town. That was very interesting, unique night at Bracknell Town in front of the TVs, of course, non-league club. But yeah, what's your thoughts so far on Kian McKenna and the team doing well in the league? Of course, the Charlton game, which was just crazy, a freak result, 4-4, but they got the job done on Monday night. What's it been like so far watching?
Yeah, he's just a wizard, really, isn't he? Even the things that I hear from the training ground, his organisation, everything just sounds so professional. And I can, you can really see within, watching them play, they've got a clear structure to what they're doing, which is probably what the men have been missing for a long while. But yes, they're really exciting to watch. And I've got full faith in, what Kieran's doing to take us up the leagues, which is hopefully what we'll do. And I think him as a manager and as a coach, I think he will end up, in the Premier League one day. I can definitely see that.
With us, yeah?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Of course. Yeah, McKenna's at the wheel. And then, of course, we've got Joe Sheehan at the wheel. Hopefully, back-to-back promotions this year for both teams. Or double promotion, back-to-back promotion. You never know, Championship, Super League in season. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, of course, a lot to work to do after last Sunday. But Blue, this Sunday, back in FA Cup action. So back-to-back weeks of cup competition. So the league is currently just behind us at the moment. We're not looking at the moment, but cups, Luton Town away. Your thoughts?
So did a bit of research on Luton. Top of their league, so it is the same league as Needham Market. Tier 5. They've won 6 out of 6, so they're clearly doing well. So yeah, not to be underestimated, but also we should be going into that game thinking we need to do everything we can to win it, and we're expected to win it. I don't think there's anything wrong with having that expectation upon ourselves, because it's good to deal with pressure. But yeah, FA Cup this year, I think slight added pressure of increased prize winnings and stuff like that. I think it's, from stats I found online, it's increased from about 300k a year to 3 million. So like it's a real big increase, and that sort of money can do really good things for the club, especially the sort of women's team. It changes our setup. So yeah, it's important, and we love an FA Cup run. So why not?
Sorry, I'll pause there. I was just looking. So we have played Luton before, and it has been a while. And I think the last time I remember we played them, I think we actually did win 5-2, but we have lost against them as well, or drawn against them. I don't think you guys would have played them at that stage, because I think they got relegated by the season when you came in. But so we have got some, old history with them in terms of playing them. But EK, what's it like playing against teams? This time it's 2 divisions below, but you can't underestimate them because they are doing well in their league. But can you feel the difference sometimes when you play these sort of teams?
No, I don't think so. I think you go into every game the same. Whoever you're playing, the same levels as whether you're playing in the cup, whether you're playing in the league. Yeah, I don't think before a game I ever really think, this could be easy for us. I think I just go into, and I think most of the girls do anyway. Joe prepares exactly the same. I think potentially if there was a preparation change, it might change everyone else's views on it, but we prepare exactly the same way for every single game. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, another FA Cup run, as you said, Blue, prize money, which is improved, which is fantastic, for the game as a whole. But yeah, Luton Town, going to be interesting. Another away trip, of course. I don't think we're going to be at home for a while, because I think after this we've got, of course, a long away trip to good old Plymouth. So I think we're not going to be at home for a while, but sometimes it is good to get some of these away games out of the way.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't help when it's cold. I always feel like an away day when it's cold isn't the one. But I think we've been all right with the weather so far. It's been quite mild, apart from the rain on Sunday. But yeah, it's a 1 p.m. kickoff against Luton, I think. So yeah, don't get caught out by that if you are making the trip.
Yeah, that's a good shout if you are wanting to go. Barton Rovers Football Club, I think it's called. So yeah, make sure to be there. 1 p.m. kickoff. Don't do what some people have done before, where I've found out actually once there's a few fans turned up when we thought it was 2 p.m. kickoff, and no, the game's actually we've seen the first half done. So yeah, 1 p.m. kickoff once again. Well, EK, it's been a pleasure to have you on the podcast. Any other business, anything else you want to mention before we wrap up?
No, all good. My pleasure as well. Thanks for having me.
Of course, some goals. We need some goals from you as well at some stage this season.
I know. That's what's been playing on my mind, but I'll get there. Bonnie's been showing me up a little bit. Obviously, as my midfield partner at the moment, scoring a few goals. I'm not too happy, but there we are.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I put you on the spot there a little bit. Like any other business, and also you want some goals.
Yeah. Throw it out there.
Yeah, just throw it out there. To be fair, we need some goals just this weekend because we weren't able to score on the weekend. So anybody can score. Just that'd be a good thing. Blue, always a pleasure. Any other business you want to mention?
No other business. Just a big thank you to EK. Very, very well spoken today. Very impressive. Some great answers. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and thanks for your time again, Ross.
Yes, always. If you want to go to the game this weekend, make sure to go down 1 p.m. kickoff. We'll echo that once again. And Blue, I'll let you outro. Of course, big up John Fowler Solicitors, Michael Kennedy, and all that jazz, helping us make this show happen. But also, Blue, thanks for making this show happen, because if it wasn't for you, I'll be here on my Todd just talking nonsense like I do anyway. But yeah, anyway, take it away.
Thanks everyone for listening. It's been a pleasure as always, and we'll catch up with you next week after the Luton game.